We are now inside the same brain. Something I really want to talk about. It's going to be a little bit all over the place, but there are two basketball movies that are kind of in rotation right now that are there's a lot of debate about who's the greatest basketball player of all time, Jordan or LeBron. And now you've got these two movies, one about, not particularly a Michael Jordan movie, but about the Air Jordan shoe and how Sonny Vaccaro landed Jordan in the movie Air. And then there's another movie, Shooting Stars, that's basically about LeBron James and his crew of guys at St. Vincent St. Mary Catholic School that he played for in high school. I've seen both. Both were very good movies. I'm not going to say this as a sports bias, but those are two of the best movies I've seen this summer season. Two really good movies. Have you seen either one of those?
Yes, I've seen both Air and Shooting Stars, man.
Man, Shooting Stars was, I'll say this.
It was dope. Yeah.
When I saw Air, I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Like, this is a good movie. You got known actors, Ben Affleck, what's the other name?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon was in that joint playing Sonny Vaccaro. Yeah, Jason Bateman.
Viola Davis. Come on, man.
Yeah, it was, star-studded cast. They pulled out the budget. Lot of the story. Some of the elements of the story were kind of fabricated. That's not really how it went down historically, but it was cool. It was a very good movie. I enjoyed it. But man, I watched Shooting Stars with no expectation really. Didn't really. I knew the kid from Stranger Things and the kid from not Scoot Henderson, because I'm gonna tell you, that was Scoot Henderson when I saw the movie until after the movie was over. It was the kid from Stranger Things and the kid from Cobra Kai. I knew they were in it. Right. So I was like, all right, whatever. Those are your two biggest names pretty much in the movie or whatever. And also my boy, he looks like Darian Newsom. The guy who he plays, he's in every black movie. The guy who played the coach.
He was in The Wire.
That dude.
Yeah, that guy. Amazing. I love him.
He was great. He's probably the biggest name in that movie. Yeah. So I didn't really have the greatest expectations. That movie blew me away, bro.
It did me too, man.
Like, I was like, this movie is not supposed to be this good. And I watched it with Gabe. And Gabe was like, Dad, that's the best basketball movie I've ever seen.
Well, let me ask you this. Was it weird for you because, we're at the age, we were in college when that stuff was going down. All that was going down. The Hummer drama, the Oak Hill versus,
the Carmelo versus LeBron.
Carmelo versus LeBron story.
And all this hype they were giving off a kid. Because Kobe got the hype too. But that LeBron hype hit different, bro.
It was just different.
Yeah, that LeBron hype coming out of high school was insane. I remember cutting on ESPN. It was like, man, they're about to play a damn high school game on ESPN. Like, what am I watching, bro? Like, I remember saying that a million times as a I think I was like maybe 19, 20, something like that during that time.
Right.
And I remember like, bro, what are we talking about, bro?
They had Dan Schulman and Dick Vitale.
Right.
And what's his name? Bill Walton calling the game, man, on ESPN.
But to see it, the movie, the casting was incredible. Again, the casting was incredible. They had the kids when they were like 10, 11 years old. My son's 9, 10, 11 years old. Then they jumped when they were in high school. The little kids were great casting, and the older kids were incredible casting. Shout out to Scoot Henderson, who I was like, okay, this kid looks familiar. His hair was different, so I didn't.
Yeah.
Scoot Henderson was great. He played one of LeBron's teammates.
He played Romeo Travis.
Yeah, Romeo Travis.
Was he not amazing in that?
Bro. Bro, that movie was a lot better than what it was supposed to be, bro. Like, that movie really snuck up on me for sure. And also, Mookie Cook, who's one of the top players in the country, 5-star athlete going to Oregon commit. He played LeBron James.
First movie he's ever done.
Yeah, man. I was like, man, this is dope as hell. What's LeBron's wife name?
Savannah.
The lady who plays Savannah. She was fine just like Savannah. I had to do an age check. She was 24. So I had to look.
So you can say that.
I look good and hard. I look harder when I realized she was legal, Kenny. She was 24 years old. And that's another thing too. She was an adult playing a teenager, but they had actual teenage-ish kids playing teenagers. LeBron, the guy playing LeBron actually was the age of LeBron. Scoot Henderson, of course, is a high school player as well. The kid Caleb, the kid who plays for Stranger Things, he's like maybe 21, 22. So they didn't have grown-ass men playing kids, which was man, it was incredible casting. There were parts in it that had me emotional. Dude, I'm not, this is not an ad for that movie. This is not a paid advertisement. But Shooting Stars was incredible. Please go check that out.
Was there anything that you learned in that movie that you didn't know? Did you know? Did you know that they had the issues during the season?
No, I did not know about that. I knew it was something happened to LeBron where something happened with him playing his senior year.
Is that jersey? The jersey situation.
But yeah, I didn't know that happened. That he had to miss a lot of his senior year because of ineligibility.
And the guys were having issues like those. We hear those stories about the 5'5" and you know all those guys, and they're still buddies. They're still friends. They still work together. Drew Joyce was like. The guy who played, and I forget his name, but the young man who played Drew Joyce in that movie.
Caleb from Stranger Things.
God, man. Yeah, like
he was incredible, bro. Hey, that dude, and I'm about to use him to segue to this next segment, too. The second movie I want to talk about, I went to go see this with my daughter Sabrina and Gabe, and it was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And what I'm about to say, first of all, Caleb, whatever that kid's name is, Lil Drew, or the dude from Stranger Things.
Right.
If they ever make a live action Miles Morales, Spider-Man, that's my guy. That's who I think should play that part.
So good, man.
He's incredible. He might have aged out by the time they get to that, though. But right now, I think that dude's an incredible up-and-coming actor. But shout out to Shooting Stars. All right, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I watched the movie yesterday, and I'll admit, I dozed off a couple times watching the movie. Not like I'm asleep and I wake up and we're in a totally different scene. I mean, like, split second dozing off. I was kind of struggling getting through it. But I watched the movie in its entirety. I'm going to say this. First of all, the movie was incredible. The animation in the first movie was beautiful. Kenny Stubblefield, I don't know if you've seen this yet. The animation in this movie is better than the first one. And that's saying something wild, bro, because the animation in the first movie was incredible. The animation in part 2 was insane. The story was dope. The characters were dope. In the last movie, they had the ensemble of the different Spider-Man from across the Spider-Verse. It was a cool team of people. This team might have been better than the team they had last time. And I'm going to say something here. I'm going to make a bold proclamation as we wrap up the show, Kenny Stubblefield. The Spider-Man Spider-Verse animated series, what they're doing with that series, I'm not going to spoil the movie, but what they're doing with that series is setting up to be, first of all, I'll say this, and I'll say this easily. I'm not even going to stress about it. That movie is better than a lot of stuff the MCU has brought out in the last 4 or 5 years. A lot of stuff that the MCU has brought out. Like, legit. And I'm about to say this. The Spider-Man Spider-Verse saga, this whatever they're doing, this series of movies they're doing, might be better than the Avengers Thanos thing. What were those 2 movies called?
Endgame and
whatever the other one was. Like, bruh.
It's a big time statement, man.
I slept on it. I told y'all give me 24 hours. I'm not saying it is. But once you see the movie, you'll see why I'm kind of talking in code. But what they're doing might be better than the whole Avengers thing. Bro, those movies are incredible. Now, I must make another wild statement too, man. My people of color, we ran out to go see Black Panther, the first one. It was good. Great movie. We came out again for the second one. It wasn't as good.
Tough to follow up on that.
Miles Morales might be the black superhero that we really should have been putting that energy behind, because these movies always killing Black Panther.
Let me ask you this.
Like, this Spider-Verse 1 and 2 is better than, the combination is better than Black Panther 1 and 2.
So you mentioned earlier about if they wanted to take it out of animation. Mm-hmm. Do you want them to do that? Or
I think the animation part makes it dope because there's so much more you can do creatively. Like, there are things that you can do that are silly.
Right.
That it's fine because you're watching a cartoon. I think live action really would hurt this. I don't think there's nothing. Bro, this movie is better than anything the MCU has put out in a long time, bro. And that's saying a lot because you're talking about an MCU fan. Bro, I got to give my boy Connor Dunn. I got to call him and see what he thinks. But, bro, y'all can say I need to sleep on it again. I'm telling you, bro. Like, what they're doing with this series is better than the in-game whatever. Avengers stuff, and I love that stuff.
I gotta go watch it.
Bro, that mess is crazy.
I haven't seen the first one.
What?
Or the second
Oh,
one.
bro.
I know.
Bro.
I know.